Chaos Walking, a movie once deemed supposedly unreleasable by some studio executives at Lionsgate, but now it's worthy of being released apparently. This is a long time coming. I believe production started in 2017, I want to say. Reshoots took place in 2019, but of course Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley became super duper famous off of some franchises they worked on, and now here we are today. Spider-Man meets Ray.
Hey man, if you've got it lying around, you might as well release it.
And if you're gonna do Chaos Walking in the year 2020, sure is a good year to capitalize on some chaos. Let's do this. So much younger.
Skinnier.
Whoa, stop! Don't come any closer. It's a girl. Girl. Oh my gosh, girl. I'm sorry. No, you blonde hair. I've just never seen a girl before. Who are you? It's so loud here.
Because of the noise. Happens to all the men on this planet. Every thought in our heads, we're on display.
Oh no.
Oh goodness golly.
They're dead.
I love me some Mads Mikkelsen, man.
What is she thinking? Where the hell is her noise?
It's strange to see everything you're thinking.
You know, it's strange for me too, not knowing what's going on in your head. I mean, I don't know, you might not like my dog, or you want to hit me over the head with a rock or something.
I like the look.
He's stronger than he knows. You better watch your noise.
Snake.
Whoa! Damn.
I'll kill you.
If you want to protect the girls, you have to leave now.
That's Damien Bashir.
Keep you safe, Dave. Keep you safe. Dave.
There's a power there's no telling what he can do. I need that girl before she wants him.
Uh-oh.
How many of them?
This looks cool. This looks really cool.
Thousands.
Wowie. Daisy Ridley's top bill.
Oh.
Oh, think no thoughts. Oh. That's a scary position to be in.
Yeah, definitely. Because the more you try not to think, the more you're gonna think.
They need to do some meditation courses. They need to get some headspace on this planet that they're on, man.
That's right. That'll be the key at the very end that'll solve everything.
It looks like there's a lot of moving pieces here happening. Everyone hears their own thoughts. They call it the noise. Daisy Ridley, first woman in a long time to be on a planet full of men. It's like Alien 3. It's like A Quiet Place.
Yeah,
you know?
there you go.
It's a whole bunch of movies all combined into one. Honestly expected something to look pretty terrible. Even if I wasn't told that information, even if I didn't have lowered expectations going into seeing this trailer, I just had a complete blank slate, no predetermined thoughts. I'd still walk out of this going, it looks pretty cool. That looks awesome. Yeah.
It does, yeah. And I wonder if maybe what they're talking about is just, it looks like it's doing, yeah, a whole lot of different things. And it reminded me, yeah, of several different sci-fi movies, but strung together by enough intriguing, sort of unique imagery that I was like, you got stuff that looks really futuristic, you've got stuff that looks really rustic and Western almost. I wonder, yeah, just how all those elements will coalesce together. The only thing that really struck me with any kind of eyebrow raise at all was like some of the humorous moments seemed like they were maybe a little forced, but again, those are things that could easily breathe a lot better in a scene with the benefits of chemistry. So like, Doug Liman seems like a director who's apt to push boundaries, at least in terms of sci-fi, you know, and bring us something that is ambitious but well realized. I'm curious as to what this is gonna become, because plenty of movies have the stigma of, oh man, it was unreleasable, we did a bunch of reshoots, it's a Frankenstein, it's been sitting around for so long, and then come out and are actually quite smooth and enjoyable. So like, yeah, as a trailer, and if I didn't know all that, I would just be excited to check this out, because yeah, it looks, again, like it could fall into being just derivative of a lot of other sci-fi movies, or if it nails its promise, it looks like it could be pretty interesting. And the only then gripe I have is, you know, if it's not rated R, you know, it's not going to be too realistic in terms of what thoughts are displayed. The thoughts that enter a planet full of men's minds, I can only imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you can get pretty repulsive with the thought process there. If you wanted to go full hard R with the thought process, something that felt like degrading, I don't know if there'd be like some type of room for commentary here. I know the book series is really beloved because at the time when this got picked up, it was around the time of the YA surge. You know, there's like Twilight, Hunger Games, where Lionsgate was really capitalizing on all those things. Divergent, and
The Fifth Wave.
yeah, and then there was like 2011, I believe, when it was picked up. Didn't start getting filmed until 2017. And the author of the book, he helped with the rewrites for what they did for the reshoots here. What we're getting in terms of like a sci-fi picture, I think it looks surprisingly really intense. Yeah. Those scenes with Mads Mikkelsen specifically, with Mads Mikkelsen and Daisy Ridley going back and forth, it looks like the way how Doug Liman is doing composition with his shots is different from the other movies he's done before. And I also think Doug Liman movies, I like Doug Liman a lot as a director. I think he's a wonderful director. A lot of his movies often get some of the worst trailers. And I think that's why I thought this would be a bad trailer too. Edge of Tomorrow wasn't a great trailer. Even The Bourne Identity wasn't a great trailer, you know? And sometimes he doesn't do great movies, like then they end up not being good. But most of the time I think he does a really good job. And this, to me, it's like it has some of the earmarks of a YA novel for sure. The romance element that is possibly happening. But I love how that wasn't even capitalized on. It's like Tom Holland's really good at playing uncomfortable. You know, like
exactly.
Playing the dude who feels kind of nervous. He's really good at that. And it feels just the right tone, because I agree with you in the sense that some of the humor feels a little bit forced and kind of out of place for such a dark, serious, heavy trailer. Yet, the way the scene interaction was going, it didn't seem like he was upping it too much in terms of being because this is easily a situation like you could be, ooh, a woman,
yeah.
What
Yeah, you could do a whole
you know,
bunch
you
of
go way over
silly
the top of it,
comedy
you know?
with that. Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh my god, I want to do stuff with her.
None of us have seen a woman in so long.
But then there's also the mystery angle with Daisy Ridley. In fact, I think that surprised me. The only thing that really surprised me in this trailer, other than the fact that I thought it looked good. Yes, chaos going on outside as well too. The thing that surprised me, other than the fact that it looked good, that Daisy Ridley is top billed in here instead of Tom Holland. I'm not saying. I mean, yeah, I think Tom Holland has a little bit more star clout than Daisy Ridley.
He is a more wide net, I think.
But this trailer read to me that Daisy Ridley is more the supporting mysterious character because she falls from the sky. We don't really know what her whole ordeal is. Tom Holland read to me as more of the main lead character. So I'm wondering what we're going to uncover about her. I'm sure it's all in the books that I could find out. But Mads Mikkelsen looks great. You know, you always got Demian Bashir. And what is it they can, if you've read the book, please feel free to elaborate more.
Yeah, clarify the
device. They're able to conjure up certain imagery from their, because they can hear each other's thoughts, but they can, the thing with the snake, they can also conjure up.
There was a stray line in there that said something about like, oh, with abilities like his or whatever. So I wonder if maybe Tom Holland has like, yeah, some special ability to conjure up, like if he imagines a snake like that intently, maybe he can conjure up something that at least if not physically real to somebody is visible.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe.
And this also seemed to really capitalize on the mood and the tone. And much less the romance, so I'm trying to make up for the noise outside. It seems to really capitalize on the mood and the tone more than it is trying to, oh, Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, are they gonna get together? It was more about the suspense, and I think the visual effects look really solid too.
Yeah, I mean the sci-fi trimmings of it look really exciting to me and look like the stuff that Doug Liman's name excites me for. Because part of what was so great about Edge of Tomorrow is like, wow, this is like a really gripping piece of sci-fi action as well as, you know, like a well-made movie. And so, yeah, like the sci-fi elements here, I like anything that takes clearly futuristic aspects with like space travel and whatnot, but then strands you in a very grounded environment and how those things mix.
I do wonder if the whole thing with the flames around the head, it looks like flames, but the thought process of the noise, if that'll come across a little cheesy when actually watching the film. Oh, get its jokes. Daisy Ridley falling from the sky. Space. Falling from space. Tom Holland kind of feels a little bit like his character in The Devil All the Time, just a
Yeah,
tad.
but with Spidey sense.
Yeah.
That also speaks his mind.
But we'll see, guys. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by this. We'll see how it turns out. All right, guys, what you think of the Chaos Walking trailer? Leave your thoughts down below. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe to The Real Rejects and click that notification bell. Leave your thoughts down because I'm curious to see if people are having a positive response to this. And last but not least, we'll do a Mike PDF 15. Now, Mike PDF 15, he pledged to our Patreon page all the way back at the beginning of October. Still haven't heard back from this guy to give him a more personalized, customized shout out. I wonder what he is thinking right now. Is he thinking maybe Greg and John would have given him a better shout out on a video where there wasn't so much chaos of people walking around outside?
Yeah.
Is there chaos happening in your life that's not allowing you to just type a little bit of a, it's going well? Because I think all we ask is, how are you doing?
I mean, that's a chaotic question. There are a lot of ways to answer it, but please don't be shy, okay? That's one way to miss out on all the wonderful chaos that life has to offer you. Unlike the chaos outside of our window at the moment.
Well, Mike, happy Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful to have you a part of our Patreon page anyway.
Much love.